Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm here with Damon Jackson, our detail manager, and we are going to do a short interview to kind of hear some of his story and the reasons why he's gotten to where he has.
I'm all yours.
Alrighty. What experiences or people from your childhood or early life had the biggest influence on your career path?
Oh my God, I was a farmer, and a lot of people, it's hard for them to believe. And that was 7 days a week working from sun up to sundown. So that's my work ethic and family. Being on a farm, everybody was family.
Whose farm was it?
My grandfather's.
Your grandfather?
Yes,
What kind of farm?
dairy farm.
Dairy.
I actually milked cows.
I love it.
It was, the farm was so neat, we had a rooster that crowed in the morning to wake us up. Yes,
I love that.
great childhood.
My grandpa had a pig farm. Alrighty. What motivated you to pursue this particular career? Was there a definite moment or event that solidified your decision?
Well, when I got out of the service, I went to a couple jobs from job to job, and one day I came up here, I seen an ad in the paper. I like to clean vehicles. My dad taught me how to clean, and it was just something about detail. He always told me if I had a clean car, the car would treat me good. And when I came up, I walked in the showroom, and Craig Beckley came to me and said, can I help you? And I said, I'm looking for a job. He said, what type of job? I said, detail manager. And he says, when you want to start? And I said, when you want me to start? He said, right now.
So you started as a manager?
Yes.
Wow.
That's how I got the job.
That's where conflict gets here. I like it. Okay. Has there been any unexpected twists or challenges along your career journey? How did those moments shape your approach to work?
Oh my God. Being a manager here has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's hard to get a good employee. Sometimes it's hard to get an understanding customer for what we do. On a daily basis, I just try to do the best I can. I know what the owners want, and I know what I will want as a customer, so I try to treat them the best I can.
That's great. Same. What's one key lesson you learned early in your career that still influences your work today?
No matter what, I make my bed every morning. If I have a bad day, at least I come home to a made-up bed. I learned that a long time ago.
It makes a big difference. Have you had any mentors along the way? How did they help shape your professional growth?
Craig Beckley was a big mentor to me. When I first started here, I was, let's say I wasn't the best employee. And still today, at my 20-year anniversary, he told me, I told you a long time ago. I asked him, I said, what do you see in me? Why come you won't fire me? And he said, because I see more in you than you see in yourself. And today, he always says, I told you I see more in you. So he was like my mentor. I mean, he was like a father, because I had a lot of people die. Like my parents, all my parents died. And he was always there for me.
Fun.
From day one. So him.
Do you feel like you do that with your employees as well?
Yes.
If you see something more in them?
Absolutely.
Can you share a challenge you faced in your career and how you've overcame it? What did the experience teach you?
This might be a little bit personal, but I had an addiction problem. Mm-hmm. And I was watching my life go down the tubes. And I still remember the day that I changed. It was August the 3rd, 2003 at 2:15 in the afternoon on a Friday. I said, I'm not going to live like this anymore. And as of today, I have 21 years clean plus.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Yes.
Was that at work?
Yeah, it was right up there in the wash bay.
What led you to that moment that day?
I got locked up. You know, I mean, seriously, it's everything happens for a reason, and I don't know why, but they were looking for me. It was something in my past, and they came, and I made a pact. I said, if I get out of this, I said, I will never do anything again. And they took care of what they needed to take care of, and they let me go, and I was like, I haven't changed.
Oh, wow.
And I just changed my life around.
That's incredible.
And then my daughter, you know, she has allowed me to be a man. You know, somebody told me one day, said, always make sure you want to be the man that you want your daughter to date. So sometimes it's hard because I'm a flirt. But on the other hand, it's a great thing to do.
And your daughter actually started working here today?
Today at 3 o'clock.
There you go. Look at the irony, full circle. All right. What accomplishment in your career are you most proud of, and what steps did you take to reach that milestone?
Wow, that covers a broad range. I think that I've really become a really good manager. I listen to people. I think about what they say. We have a group called the Beckley Green Initiative, which helps me also. I'm very understanding. Sometimes I get a little bit emotional about this, but when you bury your parents and a child, your life changes. You know, you instantly grow up. You don't have that go-to person anymore that I used to have to. Like my mom was my rock. And if I keep talking about it, I'm a rock. But with that moment, I grew up. Yeah. Ask me something else.
You know. You're doing good, though. I do have to say, I do think you're an excellent manager. I've shared with Mike and others, I think you're very passionate and good at what you do. And you can tell you care very much about your employees.
I do.
And Beckley's.
I mean, this growing up, I mean, with the military background and the family background, and, you know, I spent 10 years in Italy, so I was able to see other cultures, you know, and one of the big things that I've learned lately is that I choose not to judge people because I don't like to be judged, you know, because the world is filled today of judgment, you know, whether it be good or bad, most time bad, you know, and people judge you sometimes just because they don't like it. And that's harsh.
I understand that. Okay. How has your perspective on work and success changed from when you first started to where you are now?
We had a slogan a long time ago that we sell fun. I think we kind of got away from that because when you see a customer come in and buy their hard-earned money and they go out of here and they're smiling and whatnot, and the kids are all over the place and they're just going to have a good time rather than them not able to be leaving because they have a problem.
Yeah.
So that right there, we sell fun. You know, I love to see customer happy. I think as a manager here, that's our responsibility to make sure that customer is happy no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you do a good job at trying to make sure.
Thank you.
Where you can.
I try.
Okay, motivation. What keeps you motivated to keep growing and learning in your career, even after achieving success?
Number one, my daughter. My daughter watches me every day. I'm like, I'm a girl dad. So I want her to be able to pick somebody good to date. So that's my motivation. Also here, I'm one of them type of people that I really don't like people who tell me what to do. So I do the extra just so they don't have to tell me. And I love to do things right when somebody's not looking. That's big for me, you know, because as being a manager here, have with my own facility, I could take advantage of it if I wanted to, but then I will have to live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Integrity.
it's about honesty, integrity.
Yep. Is there anything, if you could go back, that you would change in this journey?
No. Everything happens for a reason. When I sat back and look at it, you know, I'm 63. When I sat down and looked at it, everything happened for a reason. Everything was a growing step. And I understand in life, sometimes you have to take steps backwards to go forward. So no, I wouldn't change anything. My mom, if she was here, it'd be great, but I do this thing like I I love working here because when I go down the highway, I have this little thing that I do. If it's a nice day, I'm gonna get emotional.
That's okay.
If it's a nice day, whatever beautiful cloud that I see in the sky, I talk to that cloud. That's my mother. So it actually helps me.
And I'm sure
up
she
here.
does.
Yeah, and
Did she pass while you worked at Beckley?
yeah,
No. Sorry.
yeah.
I'm sure she's pressed.
She has no choice. She was proud of me. It was just strange. It was on a Friday that she left, and I looked at her. I said, "Mom," I said, "I turned out okay dinner," and she said, "Yeah, now I can rest." And I never thought about it. And that was on a Friday, and I found her at her home, passed away on Sunday.
Was she able to see you sober?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
She kept.
Yeah, because it's been probably 7 years. Yeah. Yep.
We'll never get.
So now y'all see the soft side of me.
That's what we want.
You know.
This is about your story, yeah.
Yeah, it's my life has been full. You know, I sat down and I think about being here. You know, I actually quit once.
Really?
Yeah. Craig made me mad and I quit. And I went home and about 3 weeks later, Kelly called me. And I came back, you know, and it was probably the best thing I ever did. It was right after my mom died, you know, so I was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they've treated me right. You know, I it's like anything else, you know, we sit down and we say, I think sometimes they being here is kind of weird because they give us the opportunity not to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we could take advantage of it. And like I said, and say, like, I love the group we's in because what integrity do I have to make sure that I'm doing what's right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, we deal with a customer and like, you know, they used to say this a while back. It ain't like a family just wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, let's go buy a trailer." Mm-hmm. I mean, we're lucky to be doing what we're doing here. You know, I'm very fortunate, you know.
They say the best parents let their kids learn through the consequences of their own choice and actions.
And I mean, even with my daughter working here, you know, it was just strange. And, you know, the manager, Chuck, he said, "If you need to come down," I said, "I don't need to come down here." I said, "She's on her own,
mm-hmm.
you know, and she needs to grow up." You know.
And I will say, what I've noticed is Beckley's really good at taking care of people during difficult times.
Yeah.
And allowing that space.
Yes. I mean, think about it. With COVID, we didn't shut down. They let us come to work. No, we did shut down, but they paid us. They paid us.
Wow.
To be home. Wow. Unheard of.
Not many people do that.
And you know, and not try to get off track, but a lot of times people forget about them doing that for us. You know, I mean.
Yeah, especially being a family-owned business. It's pretty big.
They set me up for retirement without even me setting myself up. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, I'm glad.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's like I'm getting to the age now where I'm thinking of retirement. It's like, I'm all right.
Well, that's amazing. You deserve it. Hey, to finish out, future goals. Looking ahead, are there any personal or professional goals that you are working towards now?
Yes. I got a bucket list. Yeah. And there's only one thing on it. Yeah. I'm going to Bora Bora.
Yeah.
That is it. I'm not going to put no unrealistic, you know.
To live or to visit?
To visit.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. I mean, I've lived a good life. I mean, a really good life. I mean, you know, with the losses and everything, I live in a beautiful home, beautiful neighborhood. I work with great people. I try to keep a really good attitude. You know, the only worry I have now is my daughter dating somebody of substance.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, I mean, I'm good. I mean, I'm good. Seriously, it's like it's not like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and go spend all my money. And one thing that I really learned, and this is big, and I really thought about it because, like I said, I've done everything. And I heard a guy talking about family, and he talked about generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter's going to have something when I leave, so her kids can have something when they leave. That's what I'm instilling in her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and spend all my money and say, hey, I lived the best, that she's set. She's good. She doesn't know it yet, but she's good. She's good and I'm good. I'm okay with it. I can't complain. I live a good life.
See, and could you see this for yourself at that time where you were struggling? And yes.
If you had told me this 2 years ago, you'd been like, nah. I mean, people still, this is a funny thing. We used to go to, we used to grab a motorhome, right? And I used to be the designated driver. I ain't gonna say what type of club we went to, but we all went to a club.
I've heard.
And a lot of people just don't understand. It's like I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I love to have fun. I love to have fun. I respect everybody where they're at. I respect people for who they are. It's like, if you're dealing with a bunch of mess, then you deal with that mess over there, or I will remove myself,
Yep.
Somebody told me two of the most powerful things in the world is my mouth, because I can ask you a question or tell you how I feel, and my 2 feet, because I can remove myself from any uncomfortable situation. And that's how I live. Like, I don't have to stay here. I can leave. I mean, Kelly and them they told me something one day, that made a lot of sense. I was arguing with them the way that they was doing stuff. And then we always talk about the vision of the company. I was arguing with them how they should do something. And Craig looked at him and Kelly looked at him. They was like, we got a suggestion for you. And I'm like, well, they said, maybe you ought to start your own business. And I'm like, huh? They was like, yeah, maybe you should start your own business. Then you can run it the way you want. And now that I think about it, it was just me wanting to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But everything worked out the way it's supposed to.
So in one sentence, if you had to give a piece of advice, or if you wanted to the young people in this company, what is a piece of wisdom that you could leave us with?
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
That is it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and your journey and being vulnerable. It was nice learning more about you. Yay!
Cool beans. I appreciate it. Thank you.